Hola, 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 hola. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Mm. Oh, man. So y'all know, I apologize that last week I did not go live. I hope more people join us. I feel like the 1 minute you don't go live, they're like, oh, she done. And then they don't come back no more. And then you working on rebuilding. So everybody come back. Come back. Come have a good time. Come back. Come and have a good time. Just my own song. What is it with the statement on the copyright? This was my own song, making it up. Clearly, Lizzie keeps getting copyrighted for some of the fun that I keep having while I'm live. So I apologize. She ain't here tonight, and I am not monetized. We have all the fun we want. Anyway, look at this. My head is naked. I ain't got no butterflies in or a crown on. Woo! And the hair, yes, I put my curls back, so I should at least have butterflies or a crown. A crown will look good upon on my head tonight. What y'all say? What you say? Anyway, um, had a little fun with my brother-in-law. He was here last week in town for something separate. He wasn't just here to see us. But one of the things that we definitely agreed upon was that most of us met 2018, 2019. And, we were just getting started as content creators in the diamond painting community. And at that point, our kids were young. And so he was saying it was so nice, so refreshing to like hang out with the kids, they adults now, and kind of grow their personalities and things like that up. So I think that's so much fun. um y'all know I had two trips, not one but two trips planned to see my sister Crashly, and each time, and I think I kind of talked to you guys about that, each time it was time for me to go, something came up that prevented me from being able to go. You guys know I tried my hardest last fall to be able to go out. I was going to fly in, spend time with her and the kids 2 days before the retreat, and I tried up till the second day of the retreat to get out. I was waiting on a it was a little, it looked like a little electronic keychain that I was waiting to come in, and I needed to have it provisioned with one of my laptop equipment. Any case, it came in, but it took so long to get provisioned. I had to be at the airport by a certain time in order to get through TSA and make the flight. And by the time the provisioning came, I think I don't remember, like 5 or 10 minutes left, and I wasn't going to be able to make it. So I missed out on the retreat, missed out on hanging out with Crashly and the kids. They getting older. I know you see her son, he comes creeping in. He got hair on his face now. I mean, I got hair on my face now too, but I'm just saying. It is so crazy and amazing. Lizzie's daughter, Alyssa, she was so young when I first met her, and she has gone off to college, graduated. Same with my kids. My daughter that went through high school and college, and she's a teacher now. And so that was what, like, kind of bringing them together, kind of maybe resonated with us, is that wow, during this journey that we've had here on YouTube, trying to create content and things, that children have grown up, um and we're still going and stuff, but the bond that we created is so amazing. So I applaud everybody who comes out and kind of spends time with me, because it gives me an opportunity to get to know you. Not only that, but I feel like I'm making connections. If it weren't for this little box right here, I would be so bored out of my mind. I don't have a lot of in-person relationships, and the ones that I have fostered, they become like familial bonds and things like that. But outside of that, you guys know Man Bun. And then on top of Man Bun, I have another friend. Her name is Ty. You've seen her in the audience. She'll join on Wednesdays every once in a while. And then I have my baby sister. She is like a dear friend that I met. I'm not gonna say how many years ago, but we met in college. And the bond just developed from there. But we're all spread out. We're all spread out different cities throughout the US. So again, here in my domain, I would be by myself. I would be by myself. I wouldn't be going a lot of places and things like that. And so I applaud the relationships that I've been able to develop through this forum. And I appreciate that I have become a part of your Wednesday evening. And you guys are back joining me for Hump Day happenings. Ooh, she's starting to look just like her pops boy, except my dad was white and I have quite a big tan. But I like in the face and the eye area. I feel like, the older I get, oh, I see you, Poppy. I see you. Anyway, let's get into who is here. And we're gonna start off with what's the weather like in your neck of the woods? I'm gonna go back and I'm doing the wrong thing. Y'all, what a week it's been. I'm gonna start off with y'all remember I fried my last laptop, right? I just bought the laptop in December. I bought it as a 30th birthday gift for myself. No judgment. And it was on sale. I didn't realize how great a sale it was, but it was on sale. And you guys know I had the big dilemma to decide when I was going to the Michigan retreat. Should I put my curls back in or should I blow dry my hair and wear it straight? You guys, if you've been here for the last couple weeks, you know I was wearing my hair straight. So I didn't, I had to blow dry it. And I short circuited the electricity in the home. I was sitting, I was sitting in this chair right here, and see that there's a plug. This plug right. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that it's a plug right there? I was being lazy and short circuited the whole house. Anyway, I was trying to get out of here. I did flip the circuits and I did get the electricity back up as much as possible. I didn't want to be late. And I still had a lot of stuff that I was doing. This was my first time ever going to a retreat and not checking a bag. Um, it was ease of use through the airport, but I'm used to taking so much stuff with me. So as I'm trying to do my routine and get out, I'm thinking, oh, I need that. And oh, I need that. Nope, I got to So it was a lot of reshuffling, repurposing. Long story short, when I come back is when I found out that I fried my laptop. Yes, indeedy. Fried my laptop. So the unfortunate part is obviously I had to go out. I had to buy another laptop because what am I going to do? I can't run contests. On top of not being able to run contests, it was definitely harder. Okay, it was definitely harder. So she had to get a new laptop. I had to break down. And now I paid cash for the last one. Okay. And so because I have a retreat coming up and I got to pay for airfare, something had to give and I end up having to put it on my credit card. I don't like to put a lot of stuff on my credit card. I totally save it for emergencies, car repairs, things like that. But she has it. She bought a new laptop. Alrighty. Now, I have a million laptops here in the house. A million. When I say a million, I got one from almost every job I ever worked in the last, I would say 10 years. So I have 3 laptops. Then I have my personal laptop that I built through Dell.com, and that cost me like 1400. Okay. So I didn't need another laptop, but I wanted something newer with a lot more power. So I don't get booted off when I'm in here with you guys. You see that happen all the time. Long story short, and I don't know how this happened, but I couldn't get anybody to work. Well, Best Buy, Geek Squad, whatever they call it, they didn't want to work on it because I didn't buy it there. And um, I tried every plug that I had from my other laptops, and so I'm thinking it's just fried, right? So I get this new laptop, and I'm like, dang, it looked very similar to my last one. obviously I got the AMD Ryzen 7 series and things like that. So I went, spent a little extra money. But the plug is almost identical to the plug on the last laptop. I'm gonna let y'all guess what happened, and I'm gonna start saying hello to everybody. What's up, Momo? Hi, Mary. What's up? What's up, Mutna? How you feeling today? And everyone here working in Lisbon on this rainy Thursday, thunderstorm night. It's 76 today, 66 now. Everyone's saying hola. What's up, Kathy? Matt's in the house. New angle and new tech. Yes. Tammy, hi, cuz. Hello, everyone, again. Glad we all made it safe and sound on our journey over here. 58 degrees tonight, 69 today, but it's cool. 76 in San Antonio, Texas. Oh, my favorite part of Texas is San Antonio. Now, I've been to Houston, I've been to Dallas, and I've been to it's gonna come to me, but it's up near, it's not Plano. And I've been to Plano and stuff. I feel like Plano is like the insurance capital of the US. So I've worked for quite a few insurance companies, and they all have offices in or around Plano, Texas. So that's where that comment comes from. Marquita, Quita Kiki, how you doing tonight, huh? Matt says it's 70 here, done with the rain for a few days, I think. 75 in St. Louis. Look at Matt with the links to craftswithcrashly.com. That's the baby sister, Linda Kendo. How are you this evening? What's the weather like in Canada? Dawn, hey Dawn, 72 in Jersey. And one is Lizzie. That's true. Lizzie is the best friend. She's the person that I communicate with the most, the single most. Like we talk all the time compared to like my other relationships. We are like, mentally on the same level. I know how y'all see us freaking frack, Zen and Jen or whatever yin and yang. That's what I'm getting at. Yin and yang, Laverne and Shirley, Oscar and Felix. We get all of the what was the other one we got? Something where the women drove off the cliff. That was one that we started hearing this year. We started hearing that. Thelma and Louise. I know y'all hear all of that, but she is like a soul sister. I feel her in my spirit. And again, over the last 8 years, um, I like she's put herself in a place where there's no judgment. We laugh and things like that, and I can just share. So I hope that everybody is able to kind of find that, because one thing that I did notice when I came into this forum is that we're all like-minded, we all crafters, but we kind of do it, in solitude. We're like alone and things like that. And so it is nice to have a group of people that we can all craft with. Now, y'all see my new angle, right? I don't know if y'all can see, like right behind here. You ain't gonna be able to see it. I got to slide and scooch. I'm scared to scooch in this. Y'all see that? It's another chair right here. I'm gonna get this together. It's another chair right here. And then this stand behind me, that is going to eventually be a bookcase just like this. I just haven't put it together yet. Okay, and so where you see the writing, splish splash spring bass, where you see that's a desk that comes down, and whoever's sitting in this seat can, eat. They can diamond paint. They can cross stitch. So this past weekend, I had my first like craft along night, where I was able to accommodate two other crafting guests and things like that. And it was so much fun. Obviously, it was the reason why I created it. I was hoping to get a few more, but the furniture is a lot bigger than I had anticipated. Like these chairs are so big, so wide, and things like that. So I want to know, starting off, drop it down in chat, and I will, get caught up. Do you have a craft room, or do you have a craft area, like, little area on the table, little area in the living room. Where do you craft? And are you doing all of your crafts there, or are you doing separate crafts? So Cat's Gallery says, I turned another year older today. Cat! Okay, well, here we go. I'm a few minutes late, but I'm going to get you on this one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cat's Gallery. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Hi, Tia. How are you doing today? Today is a good day. Today's a really good day. Having a great time. Now, my daughter asked me today to go for a walk with her, and I felt conflicted. Like, I really had stuff that I wanted to do, but we were out. So for Mother's Day, she started my Disney collection. I had been trying my hardest to find all of the Disney princesses from Bath and Body Works, and it's hard. I was online the first day that they released, and they sold out. They came back, sold out. And so, um, shout out to my girl Robin Pennington, because Robin sends me links. Shout out to Momo. Momo send me links also. And so when I'm shopping and I'm looking for stuff, it really does help me out. And it helps, it calms me down, and it enables my FOMO. But my daughter started my Disney collection, and then I kept stalking the site and things. Robin Pennington sent me a link, and I was able to real quickly jump on it and place an order. There were things that were available, and all we had to do was go pick the order up. Yes! So we went to go pick everything up. We're having a good time though. We laughed. We tried it was a little quick spot. It was Korean. You guys know how I feel about my Asian culture. And they did some things different. They put artwork on the meal, but they had corn dogs, and they had like all the Korean food, teppanyaki and everything on the corn dogs. It was so different. It was so different when I tell you, I sat down and I ate. It was so good. So we had a good time. We tried it out. It was new, but we tried it out. It was a long line, and she had Yelped it. So if you can get on Yelp, you're doing pretty good. Anyway, I felt bad because she wanted to do it again today, and I had the a quick decision to make. Do I stay here and get done with what I need to get done, or do I play hooky and go have a good time with my daughter again? What do you guys do in that situation, and what has been the decision like? What did you have to choose between? Did you have to choose between going to work, calling off, going to a concert? Y'all know BTS has been here all. When I tell you they got Vegas, oh my gosh. That's my favorite group. Yes, I said it. BTS. Don't ask me which one I like the most. I know Rebecca Napier Hill. She asked me my favorite song off the I had to pick one, my favorite song off their new album, and she asked me which one of them I like the most. And you know what? I did pick somebody. I'm not gonna say who, because I feel like it has changed every week since they all went solo and everything. And now they back together. That's a hard question to answer. Anyway, y'all listen to K-pop, and if so, what you like about it? Um, Matt said happy birthday. Was there another birthday that I missed? Momo. I know Momo and Cat's Galleries. They're almost like best friends. So I'm sure she getting some songs sung to her today. Cat says, I'm now older than Route 66. So when I was young, I remember saying, I can't wait to use things like I'm the speed limit. Head on over here. I'm Route 66. I steer clear of those sayings now. Oh, she says she's kidding. Hey, sis. How are you this evening, Rebecca? Oh my God, your set looks great. Doesn't it look great? Ah! You got to come out here though. When you come in, I will have this second bookcase. I will have it up and over here. That way, if you want to sit directly behind me, I have a TV right here. So both seats are able to see the TV. That's why the setup looks like this. Now, I'm going to be honest. We do have a living room. It's huge. It's huge. And that used to be where everyone hung out. But guess where my babies come? And I do have artwork that I'm going to be putting up on these walls. And this is a big wall right here beside me. I'm going to fill that up. And then, obviously, if you guys remember, yeah, that's still there. So, yeah, I'm just kind of showing you guys my new area. Kat says, I like the curls. Oh, thank you. So I do like the curls also. Last year, because of some of my medication and things like that, my psychiatrist had suggested I get a haircut. Now, I don't necessarily think if you're seeing a psychiatrist, that you should do everything they say. So I did everything they said. And when I got my hair cut, I didn't like it. And I think that woke me up. I'm like, what did I do? I didn't like my hair at all. But now that it's growing back, that was what Lizzie said when she said, oh, your hair is getting longer, it's growing back. I was so happy. That was such a great compliment that she had paid me. Anyway, now I feel like I can, I can go back. As y'all know, I used to wear my butterflies right here. It's easier with my hair longer now because remember I cut it up and I had like this much bang. And so it's back down here now. But, imagine I could put my crown right there. So many possibilities when the hair comes back. I love it. I love it. The darn thing started up just fine. Julie, wasn't it you? Was it you that asked me last week? It was somebody that asked me, not last week, during the morning show. They said it won't come on at all. It wouldn't come on at all. It wouldn't come on. I think I tried 4 different plugs. Nothing. And I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4, besides these 2 new ones, I got 6 laptops now. My kids my son got a laptop. He only have one. And my daughter has 2. She got an old one that she just will not get rid of. So much stuff on there. She used to try and write and things. And so the screen, you can see like halfway on the screen. And I use power cords from all of these laptops, trying it out. I'm looking stupid. Going to different plugs in the house in case I shorted the electricity out in different plugs. Wouldn't power up. This new puppy, I'm wondering if they just slapped the sticker on here and it's the same exact laptop. I'm just saying. Sometimes the mind does work right. Just the transformer brick part of the power cord is what went bad. Yes, Matt, just that part. I think I read somewhere because obviously I started Googling like how could this have happened? And it said that there's something in there that's supposed to protect the laptop from that. Now it probably went dead after that, didn't have any power. But you don't think any of these cords could have powered it up? Something is not right there, I feel. But it works. I've turned it off. It's been 3 days. I've been going back checking every day and things like that. Now this one is clearly faster. And this has 1 terabyte hard drive along with a touch screen. So she will be using the new one. I'm going to get my money's worth. No worries. Um, I told my kids, right? And let me tell you their response. That was my kids' response. Like there was no empathy, nothing. You know, Joanna, what is up? How you doing? How you doing? I'm here and I did a community post about the live. Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate I had a long day and I'm very tired. So I tried to tune in to you and I noticed that you had went live like an hour and a half or something like that before your regular time. So I figured you were going to be tired, Rebecca. Rebecca's fine. Just had an extra busy day. So we're off this week. Tia, we both have the same yellow chair. I love my yellow chair. Now, if you come get in this chair, Joanna, you going to sleep. I'm going to tell you that right now. The unfortunate part is the craft event that I hosted over the weekend. I think I was talking, was it you, Rebecca? I was chit-chatting with Captured by Radiance and Lizzie. We had a Zoom special going on, and Shelzabub was here. You guys, if you don't remember Shelly Marquez, she was on my show last year, and she's a psych nurse, and she also went on the cross stitch cruise with me. But we had it was actually a cross stitch night that we were having and things like that. But that chair, and I got another one behind me. Once they sit down in these chairs, now this chair that I'm in right here, my daughter got me. My sister Crashly, she sent a link when my other chair broke and collapsed on me. And then my daughter took the link and went online and ordered this big mama jama chair. This chair relaxes all the way back, and it has a leg thing that comes out. So you see, let me, you see the little string right here? You can pull that out and you can lounge. Wrong move. Wrong move when you're supposed to be crafting. But we had a good time. So we had a great time and things like that. We were here until about 11:30, quarter to 12 at night. Um, but it's still fun. Like I said, like-minded people, having people to do that with in person, as well as being able to hang out with you guys right here. Um, I am just blind. You blind, Tammy? Why are you blind? What happened? Uh-oh. Rebecca, okay, she was supposed to go live and she didn't. Oh, I think that's what she mean. Thought for a minute I was blocked. Never that. Hey, sis. Area in the living room. Okay, so you have an area in the living room. Now, I used to here have an area in the living room. And my last house, I took over the living room. I feel bad now that I think about it, because we stayed there like 4 years, 5 years, something like that. I took over the living, completely took it over. Like my, at first my son was doing it with me, so I didn't feel so bad. But after a while, because his hours had changed, he was no longer, and so now if we want to watch a movie and stuff, I got like my stuff everywhere and things like that. Oh, those are the days. Linda says I have a craft room. I do sometimes diamond paint in the living room though. Really? Is that so you can be near someone, Linda, like near your hubby, or you just need a change of scenery? I'm wondering what that's like. So I can't, when I'm not in here, I can't wait to get back in here. I don't have a desire at all to go back in the living room and craft. There's just like no desire at all. uh, Tammy says an area, my formal dining room table. Okay. I craft at my dining table. Really, Mary? Wait, what? I know that you're looking, trying to get a bigger place and things like that. But I would have thought that we crafted out like a small nook or something like that, so that you had, because you are creating masterpieces and things like that. And so, that maybe your table is your creative space, though, where you create your masterpieces and things. As long as you're comfortable, that's what matters the most. Now, here, my son hooked this up. He moved my desk because my desk used to be here, and he moved my desk. And the way that he set it up, oh, goodness. Now, it's not that I'm not creative or anything like that, but I think when I was coming in here before, I had a purpose. And now, not that I don't have a purpose, but now I just can't wait to get in here and just, hang out, crafting. Um, Mutnut says DMV hugs, big DMV hugs. Hope you're staying dry. I don't feel like that message is for me. But okay, it's for Joanna. That's why. I just gave my craft room a 30-day notice. I know, sis. Oh man. Everyone's saying hi to Rebecca. Gail, how you doing tonight, Gail? I'm at the dining table and I conform to the the DPPD laws and only diamond paint. I don't dabble in illegal crafting activities. You know who you sound like? You sound like your commissioner, Lizzie. She is not trying to do nothing else but diamond painting. I tried to get her into a couple of different things. I said, how about we start with like crochet? We could start with a loom. We could do a loom. Y'all know Rebecca taught a loom class at one of the retreats, the Lone Star retreat. And I have a new affection for loom crocheting and things like that. I think that it is neat. I just got conned into buying a set of looms, I guess is what they call. They gonna sit there as long as this yarn that I got conned into buying in 2019. Brand new yarn, still with the tag and everything on it. But it's here. It's here so that if I ever do want to indulge, and that's why we do this, so that we have all the things. And now Shelzaba is trying to get me into scrapbooking. I don't see it happening. She, okay, I got my Cricut. I didn't pull my Cricut back out. I said, where do you craft? And Shelzaba told me she crafts in her dining room. I said, what do you do when you need to eat? I got to put everything away. That's the problem right there. That is the problem. um, Quita Kiki says I have a little craft area all in my bedroom. Now that's how I started. I started in my bedroom, and then I would go in the living room and things like that, craft with my son and things like that. Then I got tired of going back into my bedroom, and the living room became my space. So here, the kids had a bright idea. We're gonna put her butt in that spare room. We're gonna let her have at it. We're gonna get everything that she need. And when I tell you they got everything that I need, I'm going to go around with the phone or something, and I'm going to record so y'all can have an idea. I'm gonna open every drawer, just like I do when J Rob was here. When J Rob was here, I opened every one of these drawers for her. It's like, oh, I think that's like 40 drawers. I opened every drawer for her, and I'm like, look, oh, and I got this, and I got that. Oh, let me show you. I'm not done yet. So when Shelsba was here the other night, I did the same thing. She got the 40 drawer tour as well. My craft space is a 10 by 10 space in the corner of my room. Once I get it that way, once I get it the way I want it, I will do a video of it. That's what I like to see. I want to see ideas of your crafting space, how you're crafting, what you're putting into your crafts. Oh my, it's Anita. What's up, Anita? How you doing? I'm sorry, I'm a little behind, but woo! How you been? Matt says, I'm never good, but I feel okay if that's what you're asking. I'm asking, I don't know if you're not talking to me, talk to Joanna. Well, I hope you get to feeling better. Hooky all the way, time with my daughter. Um, I felt guilty. I definitely wanted to go and do it. The butter song. Uh-oh. I like it because it's smooth like butter. Okay. I'm missing something, right? I'm good. I never okay. Maybe I went too far and I didn't forgot. Okay, puppet. I just wanted to hear you. Matt hugs. Oh, that means she's gone. Tia, wore my crown for you to did you? Oh, Shelly, I thought you was going to bed. Listen, I'm over here talking about you and you in the chat. You could just came on the live with me. They are supposed to be taking care of these technology things for you now. For now that you're 30. Oh, okay. Is that what they supposed to do for us 30-year-olds, Matt? You being funny. My chair opens to a bed. Mine does too. Mine opens to 38 by 72. No, yeah, 72 or 74. No, it's 74 because it's the same length. It feels longer, but it's 74, the same length as an actual full-size bed. And it's 30. I mean, that's wide because I think a twin is like 28 or something like that. It's wide. Um, when I tell you it's wide, Joanna, when you come out here, you know where you're sleeping, right? Or you can sleep in the other one if you want. I have a craft room, but it's tight. I may relocate it. Mm. Linda says I like to do small ones on the couch with my feet up. With my feet up, my spare bedroom is full of paintings. I thought you had a spare bedroom. Listen, we just need a desk. That's all. Somewhere, one of the difference makers last year when it came to me getting back to crafting. You guys remember I did the double-sided adhesive, um the challenge that Lizzie had gave me. As we going back in time, we're going to shop our old stash, and we are going to just diamond paint from our old stash. That it was called our new hashtag blast from the past. Last year was our first year because we revisited. This year we've decided it's going to be an annual collab where we're just going to shop our stash, and we're going to kind of just take a trip back in time and kind of remember what we were thinking when we bought certain things. I'm hoping during that collab this year that I get the courage to go ahead and open up another, maybe another 100. I do have probably 100 Diamond Art Clubs that I open and I put into a big giant portfolio. And so I think it's time, because it's been like 3 or 4 years, it's time to open maybe another 100, and put them in the portfolio if it will fit and things like that. So from the blast from the past, and maybe I'll take pictures and kind of reminisce over what I was thinking, why I purchased certain things. I think that'll be exciting. But one of the difference makers that helped me kind of appreciate those the canvases and things like that was the fact that I could work on it and then get up, leave it there, and then come back to it. I could go to another craft. I can cross stitch. I seriously have not crocheted, but I got all the needles and everything around here, the yarn and stuff. Um, I could play with my clay, but before I had to put everything away and pull out what I was going to work on. Put this away and pull out. And that kind of detracted from, no matter what the craft of passion was at that time, it just detracted from it. And so that's why I wanted to know, like, how do you guys craft, and what other crafts could you be working on and things like that. And hopefully, I'm giving you guys, when we hit this hashtag blast from the past this August, I'll be giving you guys ways that you can, tips, not ways, tips, because I got a little far off. I was gonna get that dream box and be done. Y'all remember the dream box? I think I was trying to help Matt find money, and I decided to go find me some money also. Instead of spending 4 grand on the dream box, getting it built out the way I wanted, I had the bright idea, since my kids were gonna help me get my dream craft room together, then we gonna piece it together, but in a way that is fun and probably the best use for how I craft. So I'm sure y'all can see me sitting here with my feet kicked up. This blanket right here was a gift for me from one of the retreats that I attended. And a lot of times I'll sit it because I don't want my clothes to, get the inks and stuff in the yellow. So a lot of times I'll sit it on the cushions and the pillows, so my, clothing and things like that. I have another blanket. You probably can't, oh, move my head. No, you can't see. I have another blanket that I keep on the other one. Anyway, and I sit down. I use this little cup holder. I use that a lot. And I look over at the TV, and so I'm not always here at the desk, but at the desk, it's a big desk, like a two-person desk. One side is diamond painting, where the drawer rolls out and everything. And then I have my clay and everything right here next to. So I think for me and for, how I craft, I think this is a great, a great start to how, I'll continue to be able to craft, probably get some completions in. I probably will get some completions in. We're going to see. You guys know the latter part of the year was very successful for me. I had 4 completions. So let's see if I can get 4 this year. But it did start with our blast from the past. And then obviously I continued diamond painting into August, November. I'm sorry, it's September, October, November, and then December. So we'll see, we'll see. Tia crafting mostly involves putting a few drills in the water, then relaxing in her big chair the rest of the day. So you guys know I love a landscape. If you guys saw Lizzie's whipping chat today, she doesn't like landscapes. And I love them. But I agree with what Matt's saying. A lot of times this is horrible. But a lot of times when I get to the water, maybe I should start in the opposite direction. Once I get to the water and it's looking pretty in the way that I want, I got to do a better job of getting to, maybe the clouds, the atmosphere, or something like that. But, or, maybe picking paintings where the water runs all the way up into the mountain or something. And then I'll, try and make it dark as it goes off in the distance and then come to life and look like it's flowing as it comes closer to me. You never know. Those are challenges that I find myself giving whenever I'm working on a diamond painting. What about you guys? What do you guys find yourself doing a lot of when you diamond paint? What I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can get logged in here. What's going on? What's going on? All right, I'm going to try and get in here so we can talk about some other stuff like what's in your cart. Look at that. Just kidding. We all need you. Keep cranking out those pens. I'm going to show y'all tonight what I've been working on. My nut says I'm down from 4 whips to 3 whips. Should be down to 2 whips in a few days. If I keep up this pace, I'm going on this whip that you're working on. Listen, there's nothing wrong with it. I think that you are phenomenal. She's phenomenal. And how, hold on one second. I'm trying to get in. Here we go. And how you select your canvases, you work your canvas. I like it. Uh-oh, here we go. Trying to get logged in. That's the other thing that I really hate. I really hate that I gotta put everything on this new one. And it's hard to do, especially now that the old one is not a problem. They just got to share cord. I'm gonna have to buy a cord. I think I've seen one for like 90 bucks online or something like that. Listen to audiobooks or YouTube while I diamond paint. Okay, so while I diamond paint, I normally, hold on one second. I'm still trying to get logged in. Here we go. And what I normally find myself doing is I'm not gonna lie. I watch stuff that I shouldn't be watching. Like if you're diamond painting, it really is going to take a lot from you to be able to focus if you're trying to watch YouTube or something like that. Not just YouTube, but I'm talking about I got my order in. Sorry, I'm getting hold on one second. Yep, trying to get logged in. You know how it does. It sends you a message. It hasn't sent me one yet, but where do you send it at? Okay. It said it's sending me a message so I can log in. That's the stuff I'm talking about. Oh, here it is. Alrighty. What I wanted to do, I want to be able to share and show you guys. Okay, so this is why I needed a laptop in the first place, so I can share and show you guys things, right? And now I want to share a screen. I want to share a screen. Alrighty, to YouTube. Listen to audiobooks. I listen to YouTube and audiobooks. I listen to audiobook when I paint, TV, YouTube, or chatting with friends. I find I definitely find that it's easier for me to everything has to be done anew. All right, sorry about that. Okay, now I'm in. Now I am in. And finally, I don't even have it queued up. Okay. Alrighty. So I wanted to kind of show you guys some stuff. I'm not an affiliate. Oh, I'm over here trying to do stuff. Keep in mind, I'm not an affiliate at all whatsoever, but that doesn't mean I can't still get on here and kind of show stuff. Now, y'all probably have heard about this Till Kingdom Come, because it started June 1st. So I'm going to mention it. I'm going to get on here. And I have, obviously. Y'all able to see? Look at that. Ooh. Almost all of it is sold out. But I'm pretty sure y'all know that there is the Winter King storybook collab that's starting June 1st. The reason why that is so significant, I wanted to be able to show you guys. These are gorgeous. I am still in love with True Heart. Definitely still in love with True Heart. I just think that this is gorgeous artwork. The depiction of the animals. And I know that a lot of people are interested in it as well. And I just ordered my new release. Hopefully it will be coming soon. It was up as a oh, there's like nothing you can look at right now. Sorry about that. I clicked on new releases and nothing came up. So when that happens, that means they're probably loading and trying to get ready. So here's their regular kits. You can click view all. But obviously a lot of people have started to order because they're wanting to work on their favorite Winter King storybook character. Now again, I like True Heart, but look at Orion. I like Orion also. What, if you guys are interested in that, what is your favorite? Like, there's a couple, but I really do like the lions. You know, oh, look at the bunny rabbit, Moonfin. I do like the unicorn. I don't know, is that Glacius? And I'm starting to hear people talk about Solstice also. So, um, just kind of checking in with you guys, see what you like about it. And one of the reasons is because, you know, if you've been around, you've heard me talk about Captured by Radiance, and you've heard me talk about, you know, why I love them. And they're, you know, obviously they sponsor a lot of my events and things like that. One of the things that I think is amazing is that, you know, a lot of diamond painting companies, they offer you the accessories that you can utilize to enjoy your diamond painting. And one of the accessories that they offer are hand turned pins. Now, I do have two of their hand turned pins, but I will say, and I think I talked about this on either Morning Laughs last week or the last live show that I did. But one of the things I will say is that I worked with them behind the scenes because we'll have like Zoom night and things like that where we'll be on a Zoom together. And I noticed that, they had an event coming up and things like that. And I wanted to kind of create something for the event and things. Now, I know I told you I was going to show you guys this last week, but I didn't go live last week. So I'm a shameless plug this week. But I created a pin, and it had like all the color and input, everything definitely came from Capture by Radiance. And so because it came from them, um, I decided that what I was going to do was name the pen after them. So sort of as like an homage and things like that. Now I was working on it because what was coming to mind was, their new collab that they have coming up. But obviously, I didn't want to name the pen for the same thing. But since they sat with me one night and they gave me the colors that they wanted to see in a pen and see what I could do with it, I am naming this pen Envision the Radiance. And it's after, obviously, Captured by Radiance. So I'm hoping y'all can see the pen. I don't want it to be kind of washed out and things like that. It might not be the best angle, but um they picked the colors. Yes, they did. On top of them picking the colors, I don't know if you can see it. So even before, it's the same pen, they just marbled, they could be marbled differently and things like that. I feel like you're not getting a good, I probably needed a light or something. Let me see. That's the only thing. I got to get better lighting and things. Even if you've been to my store, I'm always saying I need better lighting. I need better lighting. I need better lighting. So, I'm trying to turn my light on. Let me see if that make it look better. it's it's not making it look any better. But obviously you guys can see it is a champagne. It is a now that was supposed to be, it looks kind of glossy, milky right there. That is actually opaline. Um so, and it's, I don't know, it's hard to describe. I'm gonna have to take pictures and get better. But I named the pen Envision the Radiance. And the reason is because I love that Capture by Radiance, even though they are a hand turned pen company. They sat with me one night and literally was like, this will be in my cart. Oh, they sat with me one night and they were like, why don't you try this color, this color, this color? And I'm like, okay. I've had some other colors and things like that. Some other new pens that you guys will probably see going up. Now, if you see people posting these pins before you see them, they they listen to the show, they hear me mention stuff, and so yeah, if I have some or if I've made some, they're able to purchase. not turning down money. But this right here, I don't know if you guys have seen these pins before. This is Purple Haze. Yes, it's on a purple base. I don't know if you can see them. I gotta get my lighting together for here. Let me see. Um, so Purple Haze and I don't know. I'm pretty sure some people have purchased those. I know that you guys have seen this. The marbling on this one, it varies. And because it varies, I had a lot of people saying, you sure that's such and such pen? Yes, it's that pen. But again, marbling varies. No two pens will ever be the same. So, banana berry cooler. Um, and I say that because I know that at least one of these went out. I think to Mary. Um, so those are the three newbies that you'll probably see going up beautiful purple. Yes, the purple haze, envision the radiance, and banana berry cooler. Okay, that's my shameless plug. Anyway, um, I didn't realize I had as many Splish Splash Spring Bash pens as possible. Is a must-have for a kid like me. Banana Berry Cooler looks like a lot of fun to use. It definitely, is bringing the colors. That's what it's doing. And so, y'all, shout out to Matt. Matt was like, we need a variety of more colors and things like that. So you're starting to see more yellows and things like that. Obviously, this is my spin on adding some green and stuff into the life of the pens and things. So you're not just seeing like turquoise, purple, pink, and mint green. Yes, you have a banana berry cooler coming. Any more splish splash left? Did I have one coming out to you? I'm trying to remember, but I think I made 10 and I had 7 or 8 going out. But I'm tell y'all right now, nothing's selling better than this puppy right here. Y'all love antique romance. And I'm gonna keep on showing her because yeah, she coming in clutch. But whew, antique romance, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, y'all, the reason why y'all got me, I'm over here shameless plugging, is because when I first started doing the pins, and I remember the first show that I was on Rebecca's show. Rebecca mentioned it. I sold out. Everything that I had made, I'm like, it sold out. I think I had, I think I had 30 or 40 pins that I had made, and all of them had sold out across like 25 orders. And I had to close my Etsy store and go on vacation. And I never restocked it until January 1st of this year. After that, I was only selling pins through Messenger. You got antique romance. Everybody love them some antique romance. Yes, I mean, I love blue and purple, but variety is the spice of life. Definitely, definitely. And so, I had some other colors and things like that, but obviously, what Matt said is true. Where did other pens go? Oh, okay. Obviously I had some more colors and stuff like that. If you order from me and you receive like an extra package or something like that, a lot of times that extra package is, to enjoy one. And then, also, what do you think of the colorization and things like that? Are the colors kind of matching and meshing well and things like that? Oh, I must have left those over in the so I have a pen right here. I feel like it's so close to Envision the Radiance and things like that, that I don't have a lot to, kind of do with it. But it does have blue and stuff like that. And I was trying to get, more male tones and things like that in this pen. The long story short is I don't have a name for it. And you guys know what I do when I don't have a name for something. So this is blue, green, gray, and black. And you already know what I do when I don't have a name. I send it out into your land and I ask you to kind of name it. Also, would you buy it? Was a lot of people who would receive stuff for free, but would you buy it? And that'll help, also keep me from wasting my time if it's not gonna sell. um so, thought I would just go ahead and take a few moments to kind of, hype you guys up. Another pen that's this is Mary's. I'm sorry. This one is probably a little behind. But I'm gonna show it. And the reason I'm gonna show it is because it looks so different than the one that's on the website. This right here is Cotton Candy Delight. And just I'm showing it again. I'm showing it because marbling, and the way that like they can look different and things like that. And I think it might have been Gail or maybe even Amy one time that said they would get the same pen because they would like to see the variation and things like that. And so that's why I'm showing that pen, because I know it's a variation from what you see on the Etsy store. Again, this is Cotton Candy Delight. So if you went to the store and you looked at Cotton Candy Delight, you would not think that this was Cotton Candy Delight. Lizzie's pen that I made for her, she was saying, that's not Cotton Candy Delight. That don't look nothing like Cotton Candy Delight. And so I'm rethinking, is I don't want them to be boring and things like that. And I want them to be, unique and things like that. And I think that that's, one of the things that I kind of like about, the technique and stuff that I use is that it's different. It's not easy to replicate. That was what I was going for. I didn't want to have a turnkey business where anybody else could do the same thing. And so, but I want you guys to at least see the colors and feel and understand the color family. That's probably the best thing that I'm hoping that will come from that, is that you see the colors and you understand the color family, like, oh yeah, those are the colors that make up Cotton Candy Delight. Those are the colors that make up Banana Berry Cooler. Those are the colors that make up Envision the Radiance. And so, hopefully you guys see that. And so one of the ways that I feel that I'm helping bring awareness is when you receive an order, and I'm randomly doing this, but if you receive an order and there's an extra item in your order, that's what I'm hoping that you're doing with that. Keep in mind it's free. And so if you do go online, please don't be like, oh, she sent me this ugly ass pen, I hate it, it's ugly as, why she send this to me, it really is so that I'm getting you to kind of reach out to me and let me know and things like that. The reviews that you guys are leaving are so amazing and so wonderful. I really love the reviews that you guys are sending to me. And so I'm hoping that, they're well received and things. So when you do get a freebie, it's in a specialized package. So you definitely know when you get something that this is, oh, I must got a little reward. I got a little trinket, you know. Hopefully you guys are, you're not slinging, taking that opportunity to sling me. That is so shameless. Oh, I feel like, send me something. I'm gonna send you something, but you gotta say something nice. I don't mean it like that, but be nice. That's what I mean. Like, at least in a way, or send it directly to me. The feedback. Love that they allow me to be more matchy on a more limited budget. Hand turned pens are great, but I just can't afford to get all that carried away with matching. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. So I was trying, obviously with Envision the Radiance, I was trying to capture an essence. These are colors that were personally selected by and this gonna really get you guys, by Tam, and she's the one that hand turns the pins. But I mean, she gives me such great ideas. She gave me a lot of guidance and things like that. Obviously, you guys know I've been selling through Messenger chat. I'll post a picture and things like that, and then I'll get like 10 people that are interested in things. But, obviously reopening my Etsy store, I've been able to be a lot more consistent, and it just kind of gives me one place. Tia's pens are far more affordable and also comfy. That's what I do like. Thank you so much. It definitely it definitely was some trial and error put in things, testing out different clays and stuff. I think I found, as far as the clay and the form and, how the technique that I use, I think I found a winning combo there. So I'm happy. Now it's putting it all together, getting all of the pen families up, you know, that's a process. Uh, Julie says they are super comfortable to use. Most importantly, Melinda says they are very comfortable. They're great to travel with. They're easy to flip from in. That's why I created them. That's where the Pom Pow came from, because I'm a flipper. I do a lot of landscapes, and in landscapes, certain areas, there's it's heavy confetti, and so I need to flip back over, and I'm single placing in those areas where it's a lot of confetti. But if I get an opportunity to color block and stuff, then I want to jam. I want to move fast. Let's get through this and things like that. So I need to flip it back quickly so that, I'm multi-placing and things. And I know there's that age-old debate, multi-place, multi-place, single place, multi-place, single place. I do both. Because there are times where I just need to move fast. If we get color blocking areas, especially in backgrounds, if you have a lot of background, one solid color, you definitely gonna want to get through that as quickly as possible. If you got them grid things, I know if you guys go to craftingandcrimedaily.com, as part of her toolkit, not only does she have a roller. I've never bought a roller. I have a rolling pin, but I don't have a diamond painting roller. And the rolling pin was uncomfortable to use because I used it back when I used to double-sided adhesive canvases also. So maybe a rolling pin might not be so bad on, port glue. But I never had an actual roller. I think, it'd be easier, especially when it comes to rolling it in the direction that you're wanting them to kind of click into. Um, but she has in her toolkit, she does have those guides that you place down, especially if you're doing a lot of color blocking and things. And I think they would help you to, kind of get through a section fast. So make sure you guys are heading over and checking that out. Michelle says, I can diamond paint for a long time with Tia's pens. Thank you. Now, definitely hope that, they were created to be ergonomic and to kind of I was getting a lot of arthritis in both my wrists. And so obviously this action like that, when, with the bigger pens and things like that, we're covering more area. With the smaller pen that's just fitting in your hand, it's covering a smaller area. So it is designed to be ergonomic, to give you additional hours of diamond painting, to be small enough to fit in your hand, and then the medium, because they're made out of polymer clay, they're more affordable. And so trying I'm trying to do my one pen a day. That's how my goal started. And it was really to kind of start to fund the fun. To fund my dream of getting an RV and coming traveling and seeing you guys. Now, I have started to move in that direction, like shopping and things like that, kind of piecing stuff together on what I'm gonna do. And I'm starting to kind of map out like my where I'm gonna be different parts of the year and stuff like that. So if you're somebody who has a home with a hookup, I know I already asked you this, Matt. If you're somebody who has a house with a hookup and things like that, and you wouldn't be in trouble with your some people live in housing developments where they may be in trouble, or they may get fined, or they may have to pay a fee or something like that for somebody pulling up and hooking up for a couple of days. Make sure y'all drop down in the chat if I can come and hook up. Just another shameless plug. I'm asking so that there's no embarrassment down the road. I pull up and be like, hey, Matt, what's up? We talked about this. You don't remember? It was in May of 2026. You said I could come pull up and plug up. And so I want to pull up and plug up. But obviously, when I get there, we going to craft. We going to laugh. I tell you, you going to meet a different Tia in person, because you normally will. When she's not on camera, I'm crazier. We gonna laugh, we gonna chuckle, and things. What is a hookup? So a hookup is where you take your travel trailer, RV, fifth wheel, what does they call it? Something class B, class C, class A. And you plug it in. It's a big round plug, and it plugs into the house electricity and things like that. You got a water hose. You take your water hose and you plug it into the side of the RV and things. And, I have complete RV hookups. Uh-oh, look at that. Marysville, Washington. Kathleen. Kathleen. So, Kathleen, you're going to go on the list. Melinda says, I have a driveway and an extension cord, but I think you might need something more intricate. Um, Usually it's either in your garage. If you have a garage, it's outside the house. It's a big plug. Usually it's like a 30 amp or 50 amp that allows you to kind of plug in, and just allows you to be able to charge a lot of units nowadays, because I plan to have a lot of solar. That's why I really was trying to like push my endeavor for my pins and things like that, because I'm hoping to kind of do some other stuff. I do have other things in mind. I've gotten a lot of ideas and things like that. The pins, obviously, they allow you to be able, this is a great part about it, they allow you to be able, like Matt said, matchy matchy with your, whatever canvas you're working and things like that. You can have one for, like, there's a lot of people that do the chuck along. It's twice a year and you do the chuck along. You may have a canvas that you did in the spring chuck along, and then you might get another pen to go with the canvas you plan on doing for the fall chuck along. But they are, and I don't want to say inexpensive. They're cost efficient enough that you can do that and things. And the goal is, since there's so many options to choose from, is that I fund the fun. I just got my first tea pen and I love them. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so welcome. Matt says perfect parking spot. We'll work out all the details. There we go. So that is the goal. That's the goal. And obviously, when I'm able to do that, I feel like that connection where everybody is getting an opportunity, it's like the retreat is coming to you. You know what I'm saying? And you can't beat that. Everyone talks about wanting to go to a retreat. Everybody talks about wanting to, kind of hang out, get to meet other people, see what other people are working on, what their craft setup is like. We check all of that out at retreats. What canvas you're currently working on. I've never had them before. It is a great opportunity. If you've never purchased from a company, and someone else has one there, you can kind of go over, kind of check out the quality, the sticky and things. It's just been a great way. We can see whose preference for certain trays. There's a tray that I came across. It's definitely different, but I like it so much. It's a OGK. I don't remember. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember. I tried to keep the card and everything, but I lost the card. I think it was getting in my way and things like that. But I love the tray. Um, it came with, an extra stopper and things like that. When you're diamond painting, sometimes this width right here can be too high. And so if I have diamonds in the slots up against the wall, like my pen, it does something weird. Like I don't like my diamonds being up against the wall, the pendant and stuff. This tray right here, love it. I really do love it. I didn't have to worry about that. I got this at Mingle and the Mitten. And so, like I said, it was just different. It's different. I mean, I don't know how much more different trays can get. I don't want to start. Don't get me, please. Don't tag me into no trade discussions. That's the ruin of channels. Okay, I'm telling you what I like. I'm not saying what I don't like. Um, uh, um, everyone budget is different, but inexpensive. Yeah, by comparison. Um, I agree. I definitely agree. Anyway, I look at, when I go to a retreat, I look at what trays people are using, what kind of pens and things like that. The last few retreats I've gone to, because it's so small and fits in the palm of your hand and things like, I do get a lot of people that are oh, I won a Tia pin, I won a Pom Pal pin and things. I know they want to try them out. They want to test them. They want to try them out and things like that. And I appreciate that. I love that that is something that people are looking forward to. They're putting their tickets and things like that into the boxes, and hopefully that just continues. But if I come to a town near you, I want to see your craft setup. I want to know what other crafts you've worked on. And I want to see some of your completions. Now, if you have family members that can be there when I'm there, I'm going to quiz them and I'm going to ask them, what did you think when they start? I remember when I started diamond painting, okay? And I remember when my friends were like, oh, hell no, that's too tiny. How do you focus on that? You crazy. Oh, thank you, Mud Nut. She said, I love all my Tia pins. Um, So I want to know if your family and friends had some of the same reactions that my family and friends had and things. I remember I tried to do this with that. You guys know I started my channel with my son, and we craft alike. We've done a lot of stuff. We've done wood projects. We used to do wood, crafts and things like that. We have I used to have my own men's line where I did hand soaps. I also did like bath and body bombs and things like that. Hand lotions, creams and things. The line was kind of geared towards like maybe construction workers, auto mechanics, and things like that. Because there were ways to kind of cleanse their skin and get the dirt and the grime and things like that that would build up from, oils and stuff that they were working with, off their skin and stuff. And I had it was my idea of successful. I had repeat business. I was introducing new items and things like that. And I had a set amount coming in. That's what you ask for when it comes to, success and things like that. And my son, he kind of worked that business with me because I used all natural ingredients. But then I got pregnant with my daughter, and my daughter came along. My kids are almost 5 years apart. And so my daughter came along and I just couldn't keep it up at that. I mean, I couldn't keep it up. I own three. Three? Oh, wow, that's amazing. When my father-in-law found out I was going to diamond painting retreats and that I know people from the diamond paint, he was stunned that there's actually such a listen, listen. I completely understand. I heard all of that. So many people were like, "You what? A diamond?" Like some people call them drills. I've heard them called beads, and obviously I call them diamonds. And so people were like, "You actually putting diamonds on canvas? Why would you do that?" Um, then when they see it in things, when they see the individual, like just the diamonds as they need to get placed, they think, it's tedious and I can't believe that you did it. When they see the completed work, it's a, they're amazed at what it comes out to look like, how beautiful it is. And then if you add any of your own customization, they are blown away. So those are the things that I want to see. And then I want to see if we can convince them to either do a craft that we select, or if they would be able to convince us to start a new craft with them. So if I come to a town near you, those are the 6 things that we're going to do. The 3 things I told you, we're going to craft, we're going to have a good time, we're going to laugh, and then obviously we're going to try and get friends and family over, and we're going to quiz them. We're going to kind of get into business and let them sling on us, okay? uh, but yes, that is the goal. I have started shopping, and the next goal is obviously to start putting some money to the side and things so that I can find a way to there you go, customize your kits with DP with sparklers. Um so I'm trying to find a way now to start getting the items that I will definitely need to go in there. Now I'm a camper, so I do have a lot of stuff, but obviously I don't plan on using my tent and things like that. So I have to kind of look into a little bit more, like my power source is going to be first. I'm going to have a generator. I'm going to have propane. I don't plan on, leaving propane on to run through lines and things like that. But obviously, I'll be able to cook with propane if I need it, and power some stuff with it if I need, not, something that I need to have on all the time. And I'm looking at maybe getting a diesel heater and things like that. Everything has its dangers and things like that. And that's the one thing that I'm trying to make sure I'm doing is kind of removing. But the shopping is happening, and the goal is so I could come and see all of you. Um, so with that said, what we have coming up, June 1st. I'm not an affiliate. I'm a sponsor though. You guys make sure you're staying tuned to all of the affiliates of Captured by Radiance because their videos are going to start coming out. They are about to kick off the Winter King story collab. That's happening starting June 1st. I have two, not one, not but two. Um, Dippin' Tom and Lizzie, they are affiliates. And make sure if you guys are shopping Captured by Radiance, because we do have some new releases coming, that you guys are using their code. I think it's Dipper 22 and Lizzie 22. They are both mods, but I don't see. I know that Rhonda goes live just before me. So, but they both have codes that you would be able to use. Maybe check down in my description box because I usually try and put their information in my description box. And you can head on over and kind of, grab yourself a canvas, especially if there's anything available. But make sure you guys kind of sign up for their group. And the reason why it's going to be critical to kind of sign up for their group is because I'm hearing that this is going to be an annual event. So that's going to be really fun. If you guys are able to come back, not only enjoy it this year, June 1st, but to kind of get your feet wet and then come back and enjoy it a little bit more next year. Other than that, I definitely wanted to say thank you all for coming out. Matt, you working hard tonight. It's been a good night though, right? We have birthdays, so kudos to everybody who has been celebrating your birthday. Thank you for letting me kind of give you a little shameless plug, but I was kind of proud of my accomplishment. Also, that I really appreciate Captured by Radiance kind of giving me guidance and kind of, working with me when it comes to whew, sometimes the the headache behind making sure that you keeping stuff fresh. And I wanted to make sure that it was something that everybody was like, ooh, ah, I love that experience. Had it with a couple of pens. I wanted to keep it going and things like that. So you guys will see Envision the Radiance going up. I'm gonna say it's gonna be probably after the weekend, maybe Sunday. But you guys will see Envision the Radiance going up. I have already, I know Tannis bought one. I have already sold three Envision the Radiance because they knew that I was coming up with something and they just wanted to get ahead and they purchased it before before it even came to fruition. So I thank you guys for kind of trusting that you would like it and things like that. And I'm hoping that it's a big hit and everybody enjoys just the colors and how they kind of mesh together and things. Let's see, Rhonda. There you go. Matt is working hard. I can't do this year, but hopefully next year. Yeah, now I am a sponsor and I will be diamond painting and plucking along. But on a Capture by Radiance canvas, y'all know I'm still trying to finish my Mikey Bergman. I love me some Mikey Bergman. I'm telling you, he has been a good year in this art world. And so I want to continue because like Matt said, once I hit that water, um but the goal is to just continue, kind of working on the fervor and things like that. I have not lost the desire. I did diamond paint at, not because I'm not popping out finishes. Don't take that to mean that I don't diamond paint. I don't love to diamond paint. I just, don't have a lot of space because I'm working on other stuff. So I want y'all to look at it like that. Anita says I still need to finish Heart on Sleep. There you go. I love that. I love that. Anita is still working on her Mikey Bergman also. We in the same boat. There we go. We are in the same boat. So, with that said, obviously you guys joined me and Lizzie this past Saturday. How did you guys like our new logo? If you like it, great. Yes, we are going to be turning that into a diamond painting. Now, if you guys have opportunity to shop, let me see if I can pull it up. But it is Rebecca's store, craftedandcrimedaily.com. Now, Rebecca's store, she has a community like diamond painting page. And because she has the community diamond painting page, you can go in and you can either one of two things. You can provide artwork and create your own, or you can kind of purchase some that are already created. Like me and Matt, we have our own diamond painting. One moment. I'm trying to get it to come up. Here it is, and let me see. They're customs. One of the things that I like about this artwork right here is couple seconds. I'm slow. I'm slow. And you know why. And you know why. Couple seconds. Alrighty. Now, obviously, you guys can see here's me and Matt's painting right here. That is going to be fun. A great diamond painting. I can't wait to get started on it. And here is Morning Laughs. This is our new logo. She said this is version 2. I guess she took out 3 hands. we might have had more than enough hands in one of them. But the reason why I'm showing it is because obviously, me and Lizzie are going to get this as a diamond painting, and we're going to work on it. And obviously, it'll probably go up on one of these walls. But I definitely want to kind of point out that you can also get these as mugs. What a great idea for a coffee mug. You can fill your coffee up and then come right on into the show and enjoy some laughs with me and Lizzie as we act a fool, recapping our week, talking about work and bickering about things that we just don't like. And they also can go on tumblers. Not only the tumblers, but they can also go on, she has t-shirts. So with that said, again, shameless plug and things like that. But it doesn't just stop with Morning Laughs with Tia and Lizzie. Your own personal artwork and things like that can be utilized to use in her community diamond painting section. So just making sure that you guys are aware of those 3 hands. Somebody know we didn't. I wanted to see. I'm telling you, Julie, I wanted to see. I'm like, how? I didn't notice it though. I noticed it, and then when she told me, keep in mind it was the middle of the night. I couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop laughing. I laughed for probably the next 2.5 hours. I lost some good sleep that night. Between her and Crystal, because Crystal was sending me. I can't believe I didn't use that picture, but Crystal sent me pictures of wigs for these ducks that they dressing. Y'all know they bought these Goosey Lucy things and they buying outfits and stuff. So you got to tune in once a month to see what Lizzie bought that month, and she's going to use for her babies. She going to use for her goose. She dressing them up and stuff. And Crystal sent me a picture of some goose wigs, and the goose was modeling the wigs. I don't know. This one right here, you had to see it, but I couldn't believe it. And then Phyllis sent me Phyllis then got in on the gooses also. Her goose needs a tiara. That's all they need. A tiara that fits, and that's it. But somebody was decorating the beak. Oh my gosh. It gets worse, you know. And they got them where the way they sit these stuff on there, they could have earrings and stuff. They doing all kind of stuff with these goose. And apparently I'm late. I'm late. I didn't realize that this was a thing in the 80s. Because I'm like, why is this even around? And I'm finding out that it's been around for a long time. So, with that said, I know that it's getting late and everybody is ready. They're off the bed. It's the middle of the week. And I want to thank y'all for joining me on this week's Hump Day happenings. Um, yep, the three hands. I see y'all all next week, and make sure that you guys get ready to join Winter King Story. Head on over to one of Captured by Radiance affiliates. You guys will probably see their affiliates, you know, posting online. If you're not a part of their Facebook group, make sure you head over there and they'll be able to kind of get you in. Then you'll have, because I believe the links post inside that Facebook group to where you can see every one of their, you know, kickoff and things. Other than that, thank you all for coming out. I had a great time tonight talking your ears off. And thank you for enjoying a glimpse of my new craft room. You guys have a good night. Bye.